You know, all those things that make modern life just a little bit easier. The pan that nothing sticks to, the jacket that keeps you perfectly dry in a downpour. Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on a chemical secret that's been hiding in plain sight for decades. A secret that it turns out is inside almost all of us.
I mean, just think about it. Your nonstick skillet, that rain jacket, carpets that magically repel spills from kids or pets. We're surrounded by this stuff. We honestly take it for granted, right? It's just modern life. But it turns out there's a common thread, a special kind of chemistry connecting all of these modern marvels. And we're about to take a much closer look.
Okay, so what if I told you that the magic behind all that convenience came with a really, really big catch? What if I told you that this one chemical is in the blood of 99.7% of Americans? Yeah. Let that sink in for a second. How on earth did a single man-made chemical get inside, well, pretty much everyone? And why didn't we know about it sooner?
Okay, let's dive into this. The chemical at the heart of our story is a mouthful, perfluorooctanoic acid. So for our sanity, let's just call it PFOA. Since way back in the 1940s, this stuff has been the secret sauce in, well, everything. Think of it like a tiny chemical superhero that creates an invisible force field against oil, water, stains, you name it. A true miracle of modern chemistry. But, as we're about to see, every miracle has its price.
And this is where our story pivots. It goes from a science lab straight into a courtroom drama. And our main character? A guy named Robert Billet. Now here's the twist. He's a corporate lawyer, the kind of guy who usually defends big chemical companies. But then he gets a call from a farmer in West Virginia, a farmer whose cows are dying in mysterious, horrible ways. And that one phone call? It's going to change everything.
So, Billet follows this trail to a small town, Parkersburg, West Virginia. And what's in Parkersburg? A massive DuPont chemical plant. The more he digs, the stranger it gets. It's not just the cows. People in the community are getting sick with these weird illnesses. And all signs start pointing to one place, the town's water supply, and to the very company that used to be his client.
Now, this whole thing didn't happen overnight. You can see the dominoes start to fall right here. In '99, the EPA is just starting to get wind of this stuff on a global scale. But the real turning point is 2000, when Billet's lawsuit forces DuPont's hand. Then, 2 years later, and this is wild, 3M, the company that invented PFOA, just up and says, we're done. We're not making this anymore. But the real jaw-dropper? 2004. We find out that just one plant, the one in Parkersburg, had dumped over 1.7 million pounds of PFOA into the environment. Unreal.
So, thanks to that lawsuit, DuPont had to hand over all its internal documents. And what Robert Billet got was, well, it was a literal mountain of paper. We're talking 110,000 secret files. Can you imagine that? The truth was in there, somewhere, but it was deliberately buried. He had to dig through everything, piece by piece.
So, the big question is, what was in those files? What did the company actually know? And for how long? Well, what Billet found was absolutely shocking. Turns out their own scientists had been running secret internal studies on PFOA for decades, more than 40 years. And what they knew was not what they were telling the public. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the split-screen reality it shows. On one side, you have the public statements. PFOA is essential. It's safe. Trust us. But on the other side, their own internal memos. As early as 1961, 1961, they saw it cause liver damage in lab animals. By the early 90s, they knew from their own studies that it was causing cancerous tumors. They knew, and they said nothing.
And here it is, straight from the man who uncovered it all. Robert Billet said, "We learned that 3M and DuPont had been conducting secret medical studies on PFOA for more than 40 decades. Just think about that, 40 years. This wasn't some mistake or something they missed. This was an active, decades-long decision to hide the truth.
So you gotta ask, why? Why hide something so important for so long? Well, as it so often does, it all comes down to this number. $1 billion. With a B. That's what they were raking in annual profits from products made with this stuff. That's a billion reasons to keep a secret. And this is where the story gets even bigger. It stops being about just one company or one town and becomes a global problem. Because the very thing that made PFOA a miracle chemical, the fact that it's so incredibly tough and stable, is exactly what makes it so dangerous. It's what we now call a forever chemical. It just doesn't go away. So what exactly is this stuff? PFOA is a man-made chemical with a really clever design. It's got a head that loves water, which means it can travel super easily through, rivers, groundwater, and unfortunately our bloodstreams. But then it has this long tail that repels everything: oil, water, stains, you name it. That powerful tail is what makes your pans non-stick, but it's also what makes the chemical itself basically indestructible.
And that indestructibility is why it gets that scary nickname of forever chemical. Seriously, it's what's known as a persistent organic pollutant. That's just a fancy way of saying nature has no idea how to break it down. So once it's out there in the environment, or once it gets inside of us, it just stays for years and years and years.
And because it never goes away, it's had a lot of time to travel. This stuff has been found literally everywhere. We're talking every single continent on Earth. In the deepest trenches of the Pacific Ocean. It's in the blood of Atlantic salmon, in the organs of polar bears up in the Arctic. And yes, as we said at the start, it is in the blood of almost every single American. It is a truly global contaminant.
So once the cat was out of the bag, once the whole world knew that this toxic, indestructible chemical was basically everywhere, things started to change. People started demanding action. It wasn't just about uncovering the truth anymore. It was about getting accountability and fighting for a safer future. One of the most important things to come out of the lawsuits was this massive health study. An independent panel of scientists looked at health data for nearly 70,000 people in the area around that plant, and their findings were devastating. They've found probable links, and that's the careful scientific term, between PFOA exposure and 6 major diseases, including kidney cancer and testicular cancer. That scientific proof was the game changer. It opened the floodgates for thousands of lawsuits, leading to a massive settlement of over $670 million. The chemical industry saw the writing on the wall and agreed to phase out PFOA by 2015. And just this year, in April of 2024, the EPA finally set the first ever national, legally enforceable limit for PFOA in our drinking water. A huge step.
But it's not all bad news. In fact, this is where the story gets really hopeful. This chart brilliantly illustrates what happens when we actually take action. Look at this. Between 1999 and 2014, right as the industry was phasing the chemical out, the levels of PFOA in people's blood plummeted by 70%. It's proof. It shows that these big, coordinated efforts can make a real, measurable difference to our health.
But, and there's always a but, isn't there? This story isn't over. PFOA is being phased out, yes, but those nonstick pans and waterproof jackets, they still exist. So what are they using instead? Well, companies have simply switched to a new generation of chemicals. But here's the catch. These new chemicals are remarkably similar to the old ones. Many of them are also forever chemicals. So it leaves us with a really important question. Did we actually solve the problem, or did we just swap one hidden danger for another?